In time series forecasting, not every problem needs a RIMA or complex model. Sometimes you will need a simple model that adapts quickly to recent data. And I will be explaining simple exponential smoothing, also called SES, when to use it, whether we need stationary tests like ADF, and then we will implement it step by step in Python using sales data. So what is SES? It is a forecasting method for level only time series. Level only means no trend, no seasonality, only a stable average level that changes slowly over time. SES produces forecast by computing a weighted average of past observation where recent values get more weight than older values. Now, when you should use it? When the data has no trend, the data has no seasonality, and you want short-term forecast, recent observations are more important than older ones. And do we need stationary tests like ADF, PACF, or PSCF? This is a very common question, and for SES, these tests are not required. Now, let's go to the code. So first, I'm going to import pandas as PD. I will make a variable df, then I will write the CSV file, and then my CSV file name is daily underscore coffee underscore sales dot CSV, and then I will pass the parameter parse date is equal to true, and I will pass the column which is date, and then I will pass one more parameter day first, and this I will write as true because my first number is a day in that column. And then I can show you the data frame df dot head. This is the data frame, and this is the daily sales of coffee, how many coffees were sold on that given date. And then let's go to the next step. We have to convert this date into index. So I will do that, and for that I will write df dot set underscore index, and then I'll have to pass this date column, and then in place is equal to true. Time series model expects the date column as the index. Now if I write here df dot index, you will see we get this date column, date time index. Now it is on the index, and if you look at this length is 365. That means we have daily data. Frequency is none. We have to define this, whether this is a daily data, weekly, monthly. So let's do that. It is important in time series, and for that I will write here df is equal to df dot as frequency, and then d because it is a daily data, and then I'll just execute the code. So we have set the frequency here. Now let's visualize the data, and for that I will import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt percentage matplotlib in line, and then let's visualize our daily coffee sales forecast. I will write here df of let's say sales, and then dot plot. Inside this, the first parameter is title. Title is equal to, let's say, daily coffee sales, and then the next parameter is figure size, and this, let's say I will put 10 by 4. You can take any size here, and then plt dot show. So this is the daily coffee sales data. It will help us to verify there is no strong trend or no visible seasonality, but since you can see this data has some trend, it is going up and it is going down, so the output will not be very good here for the SES, because this is just a sample data, and you have to apply it when your data has no seasonality and no trend. So let's go to the next step so that I can show you how you can actually build the model on your data set when you have the right data. And this is just a sample data set. That's why you can see there's some trend and seasonality here. For that, now let's import from stats models dot tsa dot hold winters import simple exponential smoothing. So this is the class that we are importing here, and SES is implemented inside the hold winters module in stat models. Let's fit our SES model. I will make a variable SES underscore model, and then I will call this simple exponential smoothing, and inside this I will pass the parameter, which is we have to pass the column sales column df of sales, and I have to close this. Yeah, and then let's fit this model. So I will call SES underscore result, and then SES underscore model dot fit, and inside this we will pass the parameter. So the first one is a smoothing level. Let's say I will put this 0.3, 0.3, and I will explain you this. Just give me a minute. I'll pass the second parameter. Optimized is equal to false. These are the two parameter. Now let me tell you, here we are manually setting the alpha is equal to 0.3. So 30% weight to the most recent observation will be given, and 70% weight to historical information. That is 0.3. You can change it. Now optimized is equal to false. Since we are passing this parameter value manually, that's why we are setting this as false. If you want to do the optimization automatically, you can make it true, and you can just ignore this parameter. You don't need to pass it. And alpha value must be between 0 and 1 only. So the other way is just you can remove this and just pass this optimize is equal to true. Now let's print this, print SES result. Oh, okay, I have to print summary from this print result, SES result dot summary. So this is the summary or the output, and here you can see some information are given. Dependent variable, that is the variable that we are forecasting, is sales. The model that we are using is simple exponential smoothing. Optimization is false because we are not doing it automatically, we are passing the parameter value. Then these are the criteria. This is SSC, AIC, BIC. These are the evaluation metrics that we use. Information criteria used to compare models. Lower values indicate a better trade-off between fit and simplicity. So we always make sure that we are getting a lower value of this AIC and BIC. And then we have this smoothing level, which is we have taken 0.3, and it is alpha. Optimize is false because we are doing this manually. And then we have this initial level, the estimated starting level of the time series. So these are the parameters. Now let's do, so we have done the fitting here. Now we have to do the forecasting. So let's do the forecasting here, and we want to forecast for the next 7 days. I'll make a variable forecast underscore steps is equal to 7, and then I will make a variable forecast, and I will call this SES.result. From this I will call the function forecast, and inside this the parameter is steps, and then I will pass this forecast steps here, and then I can even print and check. So these are the forecasted value, and you can see that the forecasted value, they all are constant, and it also depends on what kind of data we have. Since I am having a data that has both trend and seasonality, that's why the results are not that good. But if you have a data that meets the condition for SES model, you will see a better result. And then we can also plot this forecast. So let's do that. I will write here plt dot figure, and then figure size I will give as 10 by 4, and then plt dot plot df of sales, and then label is equal to actual sales, then plt dot plot, we have to plot forecast, so forecast dot index, then forecast dot the actual values, and then label, this time it is going to be forecast or SES, forecasted values, and then I will also give a color is equal to, let's say, red, and then plt dot legend, this will automatically take for actual and predicted or forecasted, then plt dot title, the overall title, sales forecast using SES, and then plt dot show. I made a mistake here. I have to write this plt not plot, and let me execute the code now. So this is the plot of actual versus forecasted, and you can see that the one that is in blue color are the actual sales, and this is a forecasted sales that it forecasts, and they will be same. We can also do the evaluation here using evaluation metrics, and that will be mean absolute error and mean squared error. So these values should be as low as possible. Let's see how much value I'm getting here. So for that we will be using sklearn, from sklearn dot metrics import mean absolute error, and then mean squared error. Now we also need to import numpy as np, and I will make train and test here to calculate these evaluation metrics. So first I'm going to make a variable train, and then I will call df of sales, and then I will take this forecast steps, that is a 7 here, this will be 7, and then test is equal to df of again sales, and here minus forecast steps, and afterwards, so I have this train and test. Now let's do the forecast for this test forecast is equal to ses dot ses underscore result dot forecast, and then steps is equal to length of test. Now let's calculate mean absolute error, MAE is equal to mean absolute error of test, and then test forecast, and let me print this. I have to assign this. So the mean absolute error is 6.241, and let's calculate RMSE, which is mean squared error. um, I have to do the first np dot square root, so it is the square root of mean squared error. So I will call here mean squared error now, and then here I will pass test and test forecast. Let me print RMSE. It is 7.49. So these are the values or the evaluation metrics for the time series model, and on an average the forecast are 7.49. They have this error, so these values should be as low as possible, that means as close to zero, that will be good. And these numbers are also okay, not that bad. So this is how you can develop SES model in time series. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my video, you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.